Are there hummingbirds in Thailand? I am often asked. They saw a small bird with a crooked beak that appears to be hovering. The answer is no. Hummingbirds, Trochilidae, are a family of birds native to both the Americas. They are not found in Asia. Colibris are found throughout the Americas from Alaska to Chile, with the greatest diversity occurring in the Andes Mountains. They are the smallest birds in the world, with most species measuring only 7 to 13 centimeter long and weighing 2 to 20 grams. They can beat with their wings an amazing 80 times per second. This allows them to hover and fly backwards. They eat flower nectar and small insects. Their long, slender beaks and tongues are perfectly adapted for extracting nectar. There are over 300 described species of Colibris. There are small birds in Thailand that eat honey and can hover. These are sunbirds. Sunbirds are a tropical Old World family with representatives in Africa, Asia and Australasia. Sunbirds and spider hunters make up the family Nectarinidae of passerine birds. They are small, slender birds, usually with downward curved bills. Many are brightly coloured, often with iridescent feathers, particularly in the males. Many species also have especially long tail feathers. There are 151 species in 16 genera, most sunbirds feeding largely on nectar, but they will also catch insects and spiders, especially when feeding their young. Flowers that prevent access to their nectar because of their shape, for example, very long and narrow flowers, are simply punctured at the base near the nectaries from which the birds sip the nectar. Fruit is also part of the diet of some species. Their flight is fast and direct, thanks to their short wings. The family ranges in size from the 5-gram black-bellied sunbird to the spectacled spider hunter at about 45 grams. Like the hummingbirds, sunbirds are strongly sexually dimorphic, with the males usually brilliantly plumaged in iridescent colours. In addition to this, the tails of many species are longer in the males, and overall the males are larger. Sunbirds have long, thin, down-curved bills and brush-tipped tubular tongues, both adaptations to their nectar feeding. The spider hunters of the genus Arachnothera are distinct in appearance from the other members of the family. They are typically larger than the other sunbirds, with drab brown plumage that is the same for both sexes, and long, down-curved bills. Sunbirds that breed outside of the equatorial regions are mostly seasonal breeders, with the majority of them breeding in the wet season. This timing reflects the increased availability of insect prey for the growing young. Where species like the buff-throated sunbird breed in the dry season, it is thought to be associated with the flowering of favoured food plants. The sunbirds have counterparts in two very distantly related groups, the hummingbirds of the Americas and the honey-eaters of Australia. The resemblances are due to convergent evolution brought about by a similar nectar-feeding lifestyle. Some sunbird species can take nectar by hovering like a hummingbird, but they usually perch to feed. Sunbirds mostly seen in Thailand are the olive-backed sunbird or the ornate sunbird. The ornate sunbird was formerly considered to be a subspecies of the olive-backed sunbird. The purple sunbird, Van Hasselt's sunbird, formerly named the purple-throated sunbird, and the crimson sunbird. The olive-backed sunbird or ornate sunbird, Cinnyris jugularis, is a tiny and active sunbird of forest edges, parks and gardens. It is the most common urban sunbird throughout most of its expansive distribution. Both sexes have a plain olive back, a yellow belly and white tail edges that are flared out in flight. The male flashes an iridescent blue throat, while the female has a yellow throat and eyebrow. Female brown-throated sunbird also has a yellow belly, but it is larger with a thicker bill and lacks the white tail patches of ornate. Gives a rising dwee, a familiar sound even in cities. Purple sunbird, Cinnyris asiaticus. The breeding male is a metallic blue and purple overall with maroon feathers on the breast. The female is olive above and yellow below. The non-breeding male of this species is primarily olive brown with blackish upper parts and yellow underparts with blue-black bands running down the throat and chest. Females can be distinguished from female purple-rumped sunbirds by its yellow, not greyish throat. Seen in pairs, feeding chiefly on nectar, but they also take insects. Breeding males display by fluttering their wings in front of females while singing. They are found in gardens, cultivated areas and forests. Van Hasselt's sunbird, or the purple-throated sunbird, Leptocoma brasiliana. It is an attractive medium-sized sunbird of lowland forests, from coastal scrub forests to inland evergreen forests. Male is black with an iridescent pink-red throat, a red belly and a glistening blue-green crown. Female is extensively yellowish with a pale vent and a thin dark line through the eye. Purple-throated sunbird is essentially identical, but ranges do not overlap. Female plain-throated sunbird can be similar, but is straighter billed with a darker head and a faint pale ring around the eye. Song, often given from an exposed perch, consists of squeaky rising whistles and chip notes. The crimson sunbird Aethopyga siparaja is now the official national bird of Singapore. A common sight throughout much of its range, this medium-sized sunbird can be found in parks, gardens and plantations, as well as more pristine open forest and forest edge environments. Male is bright red with a dark grey belly, an iridescent blue cap and moustache. Female is dull olive yellow overall with brighter underparts. High, squeaky, repetitive song is loud but often difficult to locate in high branches. Calls frequently, giving various squeaks and tip notes while foraging.